Okay, I think we're live.
There we go. All right. So, hi everybody. We had a video that we were going to be releasing today, but we are deciding to do it live stream and watch it with you with some commentary because we had a lot of external wind that we thought we could address in post, and it was just really difficult. It made it really hard. Once the wind was kind of calmed down with the audio, then you couldn't really hear us very well. It just kind of went all contorted. So we figured we'd watch it with you guys today and kind of pause along the way and explain what's going on to the parts you can't understand, you can't hear, or if you have questions, then feel free to ask them and we can kind of do this together. Little movie night.
Hi, Mindy. Susan.
Oh.
Peggy.
I've got like 4 screens going on here, so if I start doing this, it's because I'm looking at it.
Yeah. I do work off 4 monitors on a regular basis. Hopefully you guys can hear us okay.
Yeah, can you hear us all right?
Just wait for a response.
Looks like there's a delay.
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay.
Okay, so like Marianne was saying, I've been trying to work on this edit for a while now. I just can't get around the wind. It's just really noisy. So I'm going to at least play the introduction part we did in the car before we got out and started wandering. So it'll give you an idea of what we were trying to do for you. So just bear with me for a sec.
It looks like they can hear us. That's good.
Good. And I'm learning the software, so just bear with me on that.
What's up, fam? Today, Big Daddy and I are headed back out to Silver City Cemetery. We are going to check it out in the daytime. We found out that when we were going through our equipment bags that we did lose some flashlights out of the open pocket. We didn't realize it was open. And because we had to kind of hightail it out of there, we didn't want to go back for obvious reasons to get them. So we are going back today to get some more daytime shots, kind of figure out the area a little better since we've never knew it existed in the first place, and kind of see if we can put some pieces together on what we experienced last night. It's a little windy out here today, so we'll see how far we get. We're back, but it's going to be a long walk because go slow.
We'll stop it here. We'll just go with that.
All right.
So that was the introduction part where we headed back the next day, and like she said in that clip, we did lose 3 of my mag lights because I don't know if you guys noticed throughout that entire episode the backpack was wide open, and so I was walking around, and yeah, wasn't a smart idea.
Well, and this is the reason why, if you follow our Instagram, this is the reason why we went to go get a new backpack, because the zippers and stuff are just kind of like, you know, they just kind of open by themselves, you know, when they get old, and they're just, so he needed a new backpack, we got a new backpack, but this was the biggest reason why, is because they'll just randomly, you know, when we're hiking around and moving, it'll just kind of open as it wants to.
And yeah, for those of you who haven't seen that video on Instagram, it is actually pretty funny because you'll have to go check it out. But let's just say that we got a really good deal on 2 backpacks. But yeah, we used them for the first time last night, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, we got another video coming out soon. We promised back in January, if we hit the 500 mark by the 15th,
500 subscribers, yeah,
we would go back out and do a 3 a.m. challenge at that mill we were at. And we explained it in the video, but between the cold weather and other people and holidays and everything else, we hadn't been able to get in until just recently. So that was an interesting experience, but you guys can wait to see that one. Back on this topic, um, we're going to show you the next little clip. We're only going to show you a little bit of it because, again, the wind was just a nightmare.
Ridiculous.
But the road we had to take to get to where the cemetery was at, it's a dirt road. Mind you, with the night that we were there, it was frozen, so our car was able to make it. The next day, it wasn't frozen anymore, and you'll see why we had to actually walk all the way to the cemetery instead of drive. And yeah, it was kind of nasty. So here, I'll show you guys what that looks like. It'd be if I can make that small.
Warmer during last night and today, and this afternoon we are looking at this. So we get to walk up.
That was quite the walk.
So in the meantime, we're gonna walk outside. See if we can see too bad.
So I'm going to mute it there while we talk to you guys. I'll keep the window small for now. It was quite the walk to get there. Sorry if I keep looking up this way. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat. I'm trying to keep an eye on the broadcast, and I'm trying to keep an eye on the. But as you can see, it was quite a walk. But Marianne was finding her little treasures along the way.
It was pretty cool. We had, antique liquor bottles. There were little teacups you'll see here in a second. A lot of old things. I just talk a little bit about how we took out a big tree stump in our backyard and found a whole bunch of old artifacts and things too. So I kind of was geeking out on the old stuff, even though it was trash.
I noticed that a lot of the area looked like it was for target practice, where they were shooting guns and just setting up targets. But we did find a bone. You said it was some kind of a joint bone.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know what it was, but yeah, there was a joint.
And then stuff like that. But,
hopefully not human.
Yeah, right. But as we kept going through, we noticed more and more footprints in the snow, and they were. Did you say they were cows or deer, or what were they?
I think they were cow.
Um,
I didn't actually check, but I think they're cow.
But
given all the turds that were out there.
Yeah, we found a minefield full of cow patties.
Mm-hmm.
One of the weird things that did happen during this time, though, was the fact that when I got close to the cemetery, I got really, really dizzy, and I felt really, really weak.
Like in a hurry.
And I mean, as you can see, I was fine getting there, but once I was almost to the fence, it just knocked me down dramatically. So I really wasn't with it. Marianne was pretty worried about me.
It was scary because I'd never seen him drop that quick. He's, healthy. He doesn't. There's bone.
Yeah, there's the bone she was talking about. But yeah, it hit me, and it hit me hard. Now, granted, I am carrying 2 bags. I have my backpack, and I also have my drone. Not thinking or realizing it until we got there, the drone wasn't going to fly in that wind. It was just way too windy, and it would have just knocked it off into Neverland. So I ended up not using the drone. But we made the trek all the way out, and we did find another section of the dirt road where it was even worse. And it was kind of unique. While this footage is playing, I just want to give you guys shout outs because I'm seeing more people coming in. Kimmy from Texas. Hi, Kimmy. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Gary.
Mr. Bone.
And TJ?
Yeah.
Oh, TJ, thanks for that link too, by the way. That was pretty cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we sent a message out to them. Hopefully they'll respond back to us because we could use some of those flashlights. We were looking on their website and it was really cool. So we're
Peggy?
excited that. Now, I know there's still a lot of difference of opinion on the Ouija board. We still haven't decided which way we're going to go with it. Again, coming from our paranormal background, we're very aware of what can happen if used wrong. We're very aware of what can happen if you don't have enough information. We've had clients that we've had to help, I believe, directly due to the Ouija board.
That is true.
So it's not something that we're just going in blind and we don't know anything about it. We've actually been doing a lot of research and a lot of digging through history, because I don't know how many of you guys know this, but that concept of a spirit board or a Ouija board has been around a lot longer than the board game that came out. And so we're still on the fence of what we're going to do with it, or if we're going to do anything with it. We are reading your guys' comments. We try to respond back to everybody as much as we can, but we are trying to run our production business as well and a few other things. So sometimes we don't get back to you, and we really are sorry about that. We have some ideas in mind for when we start the membership, though, where we'll do a members only live stream where it's a Q&A and a comment response video and things like that, so we can address a lot of what you guys are saying and what a lot of you guys are concerned about with us, and also things we can do to improve our videos for you, because we're feeling some serious growing pains right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we went from thinking, yeah, right, we'll never hit 500 subs by the 15th to being at 1,000. And like somebody said in the chat already, we're almost to 1,500 already.
Yeah.
And we kind of weren't expecting that. Not at that rate. We're happy, we're thrilled. But we just weren't expecting it. By the way, there's some more of that dirt road we were telling you about that.
Which is now like a little river of mud.
I did try to drive the car on it a little bit before we turned on the video, and I think I got like 3 feet into it.
It was a big nope.
Yeah, so that didn't work. But we do appreciate you guys commenting. We do appreciate you guys giving us your opinions and your insights, and we may not always take them, but we do put them into consideration. The only time that I'll disregard somebody is when they're borderline insulting us, which has happened a couple of times, and I'll remove those comments because we're good at taking constructive criticism, but if somebody's just going to say you guys are stupid and what you shouldn't be doing videos, those comments are removed because we don't need them. You know?
This world is just you need positivity anymore. It's really hard to come by any positivity, and we want to make as many people, we want to reach as many people with these videos as possible, and give you something to look forward to. It is the journey. I mean, there are days where we're like, oh my gosh, I have nothing left because we have all these other things going on in our company and our business and anything like that, and then we're making videos and we're just like, oh my goodness. You want to, you push through it and you push through it and you come out the other side and you're like, heck yeah, I'm so glad we did that. And you got to celebrate those moments. And everyone's going through something, and we recognize that, and we just do our best to keep pushing through.
And like I said, we're still going through our growing pains. We want to be able to put videos out when the majority of you guys can be there for the premiere. I know we've been kind of sporadic and all over the place of when we're putting out videos. I think we did the Hearst one at like midnight, something crazy like that. But we're trying to form it together in something that's a little easier for everyone to follow and participate in.
This is right where are we coming up on the fence?
I think you come up to the cow patties first. There's your cow patties.
Okay, I was like, I thought this was the part.
There's the cow patties. guys.
Oh, it was a landmine guy. I had no idea all of that was there. They were clearly well fed. So.
Oh, and Jane, that was Jane Olstad, says, still say you need to be wrapped in bubble wrap. Since the board was probably used with ill intent, I say dispose of it safely. And again, that information is very valuable, but we looked at it even more after we shut off the cameras, and honestly, that board looks brand new.
It does. It's the weirdest thing. It's weird.
I mean, there's no signs of wear. There's no signs of water damage. There's no signs of frost type water damage.
Mm-mm.
It looks like somebody went to the store, bought it, and stuck it in that bush. And it was a Randonautica. A lot of people were asking what our intent was. The reason why we didn't put it on there is we'd been doing a Randonautica for like 2 or 3 days solid.
Blowing through all the coins and everything and just...
And there was nothing to show for it.
Mm-mm.
And, we kind of want to give you guys content of actual experiences we're having, not just us sitting in the car staring at somebody's fence again. Well, we can't go in there. Let's go to the next one. Now, if you guys want to watch us just bantering in the car, we will give you those videos. We will just let you watch us driving from point to point going, okay, that was a bust, because she is still really funny. I'm a little more serious sometimes, but
especially if I'm coffeeed up.
We just wasn't sure if you guys would even care to watch that kind of stuff. So, but we've been surprised, like with the Stalking the Stalker episode. When I first uploaded that episode, I thought it was going to be a bomb. I didn't think anybody would like it, and it exploded. In fact, I think that's one of our best videos we have on our channel right now. And it blew me away because I was like, we were sitting in the car the whole time staring at our windshield. And a lot of people actually was seeing what we was seeing. And it sounded like a lot of you guys were feeling what we were feeling, because it kind of spooked us out.
Oh, it freaked me out at one point. I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck?
And
get me out of here.
and some people commented that it may have just been a car club, or it may have just been kids out having fun, and it might have been. But
we did see a couple of people that looked like they were not with the rest.
But some of the behaviors was just really weird. And a couple of people mentioned we ought to give the footage to the cops. Well, the cops wouldn't do anything because there was nothing illegal happening. So they may have just, who knows,
Mm-hmm.
But we did go back out a second time with that one and pretty much saw the same kind of stuff happening, which was kind of weird.
That was weird.
Chicken Wing, hi. Something about ADHD squirrel.
Oh, yes, that's me.
Yes, that is her to a T.
Totally. It's bad, guys.
Kimmy, thank you for saying that our content is awesome. Between great personalities, mystery, humor, and a bit of scary mixed in, she loves it. So, thank you. We really appreciate you guys. Mr. Bone says, ignorance sucks for sure.
Yeah.
And so do haters.
For sure.
Love makes everything better. That's why we love the journey. We don't just have a journey.
And we love that you're with us on the journey, because, I mean, honestly, you guys are so supportive and so amazing. We couldn't be more thrilled to have you guys with us on this journey. It's just a crazy, awesome, wild ride, and it's fun, and it's scary, and it's, it's everything, and I love it. I love that we're all doing this together.
Peggy Jenny says, probably just jealousy. People hate on people that succeed. Maybe. It also might just be a fact that certain personalities clash.
That's true. Sometimes they do.
Certain people just rub other people the wrong way. And I'm a very laid-back person. I'm very calm and just very simple. Not simple-minded, but simple. She is energetically charged with a case of ADHD squirrel. And so sometimes she'll get that look. I'm sure you guys have seen the look. But I have ADHD too, but it's just on a different scale. And so we really feed off each other really well. Sometimes I may annoy her because I'm too calm about something or too passive about something. Other times she may annoy me because she's just
High octane.
caffeine. You guys saw the caffeine
I can't do
video.
caffeine, guys. I can't hold caffeine. Like, seriously.
But it makes for great content.
It does. I could smell caffeine in 3 hours. I'm good. Like, that's pretty much where we're at with it.
Gary W., relatively new to our channel and love our videos. Thank you. If you guys want to give us more feedback, keep giving us feedback of ways we can improve. Obviously, we want to improve our videos, but we have to keep it within reason. Because financially, it's expensive to buy high-end night vision cameras or, IR lights that'll light up the side of a mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Or cameras with huge telephoto lenses so you
Mhm.
can see across the canyon to figure out what people are doing. But there are things we can control. And a lot of people was commenting throughout a few videos that they couldn't hear me. Well, that was kind of the point, was because the show was about her, not me. I was just there as a bodyguard / backup, whatever you want to call me. Or you could call me the donkey, because I just pack all the gear.
Well, yeah, he kind of does.
I kind of pack all the gear. Don't call me a donkey.
No.
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 But we started to use the lapel mics, and that really worked well. We used that when we went to the cemetery, and that really worked. But again, there were certain people that had a hard time hearing the ambient noises around us.
Yeah. And I understand that could be frustrating because we were hearing noises. We were hearing noises all over. We were hearing coyote. We were hearing, granted they were further away, but we were hearing trains. We were hearing, in the replay, you really couldn't hear that. So I feel bad you guys were missing out on that because it really was there. But it's just trying to get a mix of both of those worlds, because it's either you sacrifice one or the other pretty much in an environment like that.
Yeah. Tina Pepito, hi guys. Looks completely different during the day. Yeah,
Totally.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, we have a beautiful scenery around us. I mean, we have some beautiful mountains.
Mm-hmm.
They look amazing in the winter and summer, spring and fall. But it is a lot different because we hadn't been there before.
Yeah.
Going back again, my ADD is just kicking in like crazy right now. Going back to why we didn't show the intent for this is because we had been doing so many, we just kind of forgot to show it. But for those of you who didn't see our response, the intent was spooky and mysterious, which we actually got both of them on. And there's just a lot of weird vibes we were getting there that continued on to this video we're showing you right now. And it's just crazy. Somebody mentioned let's see, maybe do a video collection of funny bits in the car. Oh, believe me, I don't even need to be doing Randonautica. All I need to do is drive her to the store and we'll have a collection. We are doing more. We are going to start posting more little video clips and stuff on Instagram too, just for the followers there. We don't really have a lot of activity happening on Facebook right now, so I just don't know if Facebook is dying out or if we should even be bothering with that. If some of you guys are using Facebook and you go over and like it, give us a shout over there just so we know that you guys are looking at that page. It's just hard for us to know exactly where to focus our attention to know where you guys are at, so we can stay in touch with you outside of these videos and what we're doing. So TikTok was one of them that somebody shared. Who was that? Claire, yeah. She shared a shout out for us on TikTok, and people were coming in from there, and honestly, we don't know anything about TikTok. So we actually signed up an account just to go see Claire's post.
Yeah.
And
It was so cool.
and TikTok is kind of fun, but I don't understand it enough. So if you guys use TikTok and if you want us to start doing stuff on TikTok,
We'll learn.
let us know. We'll try to do what we can to learn.
And Piggy says her dogs could hear the coyotes. So that's good that someone heard them.
Yeah.
We've been hearing them a lot lately every time we go out.
Jen was saying about I'm trying to keep up with all your guys' comments, so just bear with me. Jen said that I think as long as you use the power of positive thinking on the board, you won't lose. Now, going back to that board,
Interesting.
I used to do an online radio show years ago. I mean, years ago. And I would talk with people all over the world. And I did talk with paranormal investigators. I think they were in the UK, if I remember right. But Ouija boards are a common tool in a lot of countries. They don't have the same fears about the board as we do here in the States.
We've Hollywoodized a lot of ours.
And there's exceptions everywhere.
For sure.
And I get there's exceptions everywhere, but it's just interesting that the U.S. views the board to be more dangerous as a collective than anywhere else that I've ever heard of. And if I'm wrong, and if you guys are in other countries watching this video, again, comment below.
Yeah, we'd really like to know.
But I do find it interesting that other places use it as another tool in their investigation arsenal. So, again, we're learning, we're researching, we're studying, we're trying to figure out as much as we can about it. Obviously, there was no planchette with the board anyway, and I know that people say we can use a glass and there's other things we can use, but we're still trying to figure out if we want to try it, and we're going to be very cautious. We're going to be very careful. It's not in our house. We didn't bring it inside anywhere or anything like that, but it is, from that video, it is a very hot topic as far as what we're talking about right now.
And I agree. I do think that there has a lot to do with it about intent. People go into anything expecting something, and you're going to pretty much find it 100% of the time. So, if you go in somewhere and you're screaming and hooting and hollering and carrying on, you're going to probably get that same, it's like a magnet, you get it back, right? So I do agree with that to an extent.
And yes, Peggy, we will be doing more Randonautica.
Yes, we will.
In fact, we're trying to do some more with a hearse, because it is cool to go randonauting in a hearse. I mean, I just got to tell you.
A hearse is so awesome.
Just people looking at us while we're driving around. Footage, again, that one was my bad because we were using the dash cam and I didn't have a mic on. I kind of thought I felt the mic. Again, we're learning. Growing pains. Every time we make a mistake, we learn from it. So, but yes, we will be doing more Randonautica. Maybe we'll just make a blooper video of all our antics in between. Before I squirrel on more of the comments, let me get back onto this video that we're showing you, because we're staring at it. There is a spot where I'm going to play for you where I started feeling down.
Just about there, right there.
So I was, just to show you how far away from the gate I was. So right about that point, I felt extremely dizzy. I felt extremely weak. And I really didn't care to really do anything. I was done at that point. But Marianne was encouraging me to go through it, and we wanted to find our flashlights, or at least try to. And so we kept on going in. But let's see. And yes, she did offer to carry one of the bags for me, but I was being stubborn, and I wouldn't let her, because I'm the donkey.
Whatever.
So, anyway, that's why I was carrying so much. Let's see. So this area you're looking at up here on the left, that's where we had actually parked our car.
Yeah, we weren't thinking through though very much. Now we gotta figure out. Oh, look how nasty that is. Now we gotta figure out where we think we could drop those flashlights. They're pretty though. I mean, like there's nothing out here. I mean, if you see somebody coming up on you, you would see somebody coming up on you from a long ways away.
So yeah, that's where we parked the car, and I don't know if you guys were noticing, but the mud was just horrific. There was no way that we would have been able to drive in there. And between that and the cold, there's another really good shot of it right here. I know you looked at the water streaming on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the road right there. Our car would not travel down that road no matter how much we hoped. So, in fact, the night we were there, we thought about trying to drive up and find another spot to park. And between the mud and the snow and the ice, we were spinning out, and I was afraid we were going to get stuck there in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And so we just opted not to do it. No, that's not the new backpack. The one bag you see me carrying is the one I have my drone in, and then my old backpack. We haven't released a video yet with the new one, but I'm telling you, I'm digging this new one. I was geeking out with it last night and playing with all the straps and pockets.
He really was.
It was a cool bag. I was happy to have
It
it.
was like a Christmas gift. He was like, woohoo!
I did see somebody ask a question what our Facebook page was because they couldn't find it, and it's just TIPA TV.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can't find it, we can send a link or put it on the comment below, or don't we have it in the description?
Yeah, it should be in the description box.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
So all our videos should have that link on there as well. So somebody else I did read, I love it when you do the flashlights with the spirits, and then somebody else said, pick up some flashlight, some kitty balls, and sometimes spirits like to play there. We looked for them.
We looked. We did. We tried to find them.
So if you guys know a good place to go to find these kitty balls, it just sounds weird for me to say, but yeah, if you have a link where we could order some online or something, we're totally down to do it. But
Yeah.
we've looked locally everywhere and can't find them. Now another weird thing that was happening right here that you guys are looking at is we saw some little footsteps that disappeared. You can see the steps starting, but
And then they were just vanished.
They disappeared, and then there was animal footsteps in front of it. And
So it's a little bit further up in that, isn't it?
I don't know. No, I think it's bad.
I did check the shoe because you guys had me curious. I'm like, if there's money in that, I'm taking it. There wasn't. It was just a stinky shoe. So, bummer. Maybe next time.
She did.
I did. I was like, you know what? Hey, you have me curious.
She said, if there's money in it, I'm taking it. All right, let's see. Yeah, she was worried about me.
Yeah, it's weird because the closer we got to the gates and the more we were walking around the cemetery, I could just see it in his face, and that's what had me kind of worried. I didn't really let him know too much. I kept checking on him, but you could just see that he was trying to hide how horrible he was feeling. And that had me really concerned because I thought if you drop, there's no way I'm carrying you out of here. I mean, I can't get a car in. I can't get you out. So it was just a really weird thing.
Yeah, it was. William Jones says, I don't think we use a Ouija board in the UK. If I was wrong, I'm sorry, but I just remember a long time ago I did a radio show and I was talking with people in other countries, and to them it wasn't anything big. So, Tina Pepito, maybe maybe it would be better if you bought a Ouija board yourself and use it with good intention.
Just because we'd know the history. That makes sense.
The board you bought may have some. Yeah. Rosita Gypsy, hide my favorite hunters. Is this the place where you find the Ouija board? Yes,
yeah,
it's
it is
the same cemetery. During the day, we went back to try to find my flashlights because I'm a klutz. So, let's see. Thank you for all the compliments and everything. Mindy Harris said pet stores, grocery stores. We tried that. We even tried Walmart. We tried PetSmart. We tried everything we could think of locally to find some of those. But we're down to try it. We just got to get our hands on some. So give it a shot. All right. So anyway, here's the footprints we were telling you about. You can kind of see my mouse on the screen, but there's little footsteps that go up, and then they just kind of stop, and then you see animal prints going up further. They were little feet.
They were little.
But then they disappear, and then all of a sudden there's animal prints. So
isn't that creepy? Like, even watching this, I'm like,
I don't want to go into a big theory about shapeshifters, but that would be a good example of what you'd see if there was a shapeshifter. Because it went from human footsteps into animal footsteps.
And there's no explanation, really.
Yeah.
So.
And you don't see any human footsteps walking away or anything. It's just, you see the footsteps, they disappear, and then all of a sudden here's some animal footsteps. Unless an animal picked up a person and carried them, but either way, that's kind of creepy to think about.
That's really creepy.
So, yeah, I wanted to kind of show you guys that. It's going to tie into more a little bit later in the video after we go inside. But we were really tripping out about those footprints and how they just shifted like that. But there's the cemetery, guys. And there's the snow. There's the sky. There's the kid.
Just trying to get under it.
There's me.
And you can see he does not feel well right there.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can tell or not because I'm always so plain. So here's another section where I'm showing you guys an example. There was more little tiny feet.
Yeah.
All throughout it. And those little tiny feet, you could tell those were fresh prints compared to everything else, including ours. And we really found it weird because usually if there was a child there, there would be a parent there.
Yeah.
So you'd see two sets of footprints walking through it or something like that. But all we saw were those little footprints wandering all throughout the cemetery with no other fresh footprints, which we found really, really odd. Sorry, again, I'm trying to keep up with the chat window as well, so that's why I keep looking up. So we did actually get to a point where I had to go sit down. We kind of walked through a little bit. Amazing view. I love the scenery.
The wind was horrible, but yeah, I just figured if I can get him to sit down on a rock, I'll go hunt around and look for these flashlights. And see, little footprints all by themselves.
Yeah, and these other ones over here were nowhere near as fresh
No,
as
they're not fresh.
Those footsteps were. So again, we were going to put this video together for you guys and just upload it so you could watch it all the way through yourself, but we knew the audio was a nightmare, and we figured you probably wouldn't be able to watch through the whole thing. Really kind of
Well,
get a feel for what we were experiencing, so that's why we're explaining it to you ourselves. I'm going to jump forward to.
yeah, right.
Should I just do
I
it
would,
here?
yeah. Okay, so just because we're back here in the cemetery, even if you hear anything or see anything,
Disregard that part, the hearing.
we are all out here. It is muddy as hell. And unless you have four-wheel drive, you probably can't even hear me too good because the wind is so strong, but I'll try and keep this looking up for you. Get people saying that to wear microphones so they can hear us better, and then we got people saying,
Sorry, I had to stop to laugh for a sec. Tina
What?
Pepito. Well, apparently someone is out there walking around with one shoe. Oh, that's awesome. I love you guys. You're so awesome. Yeah, anyway, this is where I sat down at the rock.
Because I came prepared.
She had water.
Okay, I'm going to take care of him. Give me a second. I'll be right back. How you feeling, Big Daddy? Okay. Alright, well, let's see if we can find Big Daddy's flashlights. We didn't see him on the ground on the way in. So we're going to retrace our steps here in the cemetery and see if we can find. Oh, what happened to them? They were in the car. They were in the backpack. And it's weird because we see these little kid footprints. They're fresh. I mean, with shoes on, they're fresh, but there's no adult fresh prints near it, which is just weird. It's probably all on the up and up, but it's just weird, and we don't really know. So, we're gonna love the journey.
We had to do a merch plug, right? We were both wearing our Love the Journey shirts.
It was warm.
Yeah.
They keep you toasty, so that was good.
But you can see on my face that I was done. I think I even said that at that point, that I just wanted to finish up and get out of there. I really didn't even care about the flashlights anymore. But we were there for a reason. We wanted to make sure we searched around enough and gave everything a chance to possibly find him. So we kept looking. Chicken Wing said would still have watched because y'all are awesome.
We can post it up there, and if you want to filter through what you want to hear of it, you can. I mean, because the wind does get pretty, in a couple of spots. But so if you guys want us to do that, we're happy to do that, so you can see it in full.
We'll just put a big warning for people who aren't aware of our conversation right now that audio is loud.
Poor.
Poor audio quality. So we don't have people telling us we're unprofessional and that we should be more professional
because we can control the wind,
Yeah. So anyway, if enough of you tell us to put it back up, we'll put it back up. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We have no problem doing that. And hello, Daniel. Thank you for coming. Peggy would like to see the spot you found the board footprints. That's where something weird happened.
The board footprints?
Where we found the board and to see if there's footprints.
Oh. I'm with you.
Something weird happened at that point, and I'll jump forward to that. Marianne, what happened here was Marianne was retracing. She found the footprints of where we took off running, and where she took a nosedive. You guys didn't see that on the camera, but she went down hard. When
I got all scraped up.
when that thumbnail said that she got hurt, oh, I just realized that I have that logo right behind
Your head. Oh.
Maybe I should just kind of bounce this over here.
The whole time. You're like,
So, hi, up here. Oops. Again, growing pains. We're figuring this out. You're talking to my logo. Wow.
Oh gosh. That's
Peggy
funny.
Jenny says, I want a sweatshirt. They're still down there. I mean, you
Yeah.
can still hop on over and.
And the discount coupon is still there. It's still good till the end of the month.
Mhm.
So that'll save you 10%.
Yeah, somebody asked me if we make money on those. And we make a little, but I mean, every little bit is helping us grow and get better. And, you know, we're not greedy. We're not trying to get rich and famous or anything like that. We would enjoy going full time on making these videos for everybody and just do nothing but that. But we know we have a lot to learn before we can deliver that kind of content, that kind of quality for everybody. Honestly, I love watching people like Omar Gosh, and I could relate to him because he's a very chill person. He's a very good storyteller, which I'm really not, but she contains so much information up there, it gives me a headache because it's just there. But Omar Gosh, he has a style, he has a technique, he has a different personality. I could relate with him, but I know we have to be ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
We have to have our own personalities. We have to have our own outlook on things. And you know, we might be willing to try to do things like he wouldn't. You know, we've thought about doing Gansfield experiments. We've been thinking about the ouija board and possibilities and things like that. So we would love to get to a point where we could like be like Omar Gosh and go full time into just making content. That is our dream. Right now, we're not quite there. You know, we're not really making a lot of money doing this. And honestly, when we first started this channel, we weren't thinking of making any money. So
we had zero expectations. Like
there's still that shell shock of things coming up, you know, things happening. We didn't even know YouTube had a membership thing. We didn't know that. All of a sudden, we got approved to have membership. And we're like, what the heck is a membership? What is it? What do we do with it? Would anybody be interested in it? Would you guys be interested in us doing a membership? You know, because if it's something you think would be kind of cool, we'll definitely get that put together and put out there. We'll do membership live streams, or we just talk one-on-one with the members and carry on that way. We still want to do some public meet and greets. You know?
Oh my gosh, yes. I can't wait.
We found out that some of our followers are here in Utah. We'd love to put together a little meet and greet here first and then start traveling and meeting the rest of you guys.
Absolutely.
I would love to go to the UK. I would love to see what it was like over there. And I know I'd probably go into some kind of a culture shock from what I'm used to here, because just moving from the northern end to the southern end, or one county over, was culture shock for me, just living here. But
it's kind of a weird county.
Yeah. my ADD is kicking in, if you guys can't tell. So I apologize. Tell me to shut up if you need to. Let's see. Now you're behind the chat. How did I get behind the chat? Here, I'll just put it right in the middle. There. Yes, please. I want a sweatshirt. Always a pleasure. I knew it. Now you're behind the chat. Peggy felt really bad for you. Your voice was so shaky.
Oh, when we were running from the last video.
Yeah, I think probably when you got back into the car and everything else.
Oh my gosh, that my adrenaline was like, between the adrenaline from the injury and then the shock of what I thought we had seen, and I don't know what the hell. You're just kind of shell shocked over the whole experience and trying to run, and yeah, that definitely got me.
And we've been working really hard at controlling our cursing, because even though we understand a lot of people don't find a problem with it, there are people who still don't really enjoy hearing it. But when that moment hit, we had a right to curse.
We had no filter. I was like, he started editing. He's like, oh my gosh, it's going to be silence.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep.
So I had said, it's justified for that moment, so swear it up. So she did. Anyway.
But really, we're trying to be careful on that. We really are.
Yeah, we are.
All right, so this is where I was retracing the steps. Went to the fence line to see if it had popped out of the backpack, because I figured that's probably the most likely. Even though we walked the fence line, I figured I'd go check it, just because I figured once you get, you're kind of getting in between those bars in the fence, more than likely that's probably where it would have fallen. So then we kind of went back towards the tree line slowly. And
I'm just going to let this play while I read a couple.
Are you going to do audio or no audio?
When we get to the
Okay.
highlight. The UK is very haunted. I've heard that before.
A lot of history, though, and that's probably why.
Oh, Mindy Harris, you thank you, but I no. Said we are the new worms. Thank you, but no, we're not.
We have a lot further to go than
Yeah. I mean, we appreciate the kind words, but we're very humble, and we know. No.
Maybe someday.
We'll work on it. How about that? Exploring with BC Let Jug. You're welcome to the UK. I'm in Yorkshire. That would be cool.
Heck yeah. I have a lot of ancestors from England, and I would love to go over there.
I just had an ADD moment because I'm trying to read you guys' comments. So, Omar is good at what he does. Just too many copycats. TIPA is not like all the others. I got fed up. No offense, some of them, but just too much drama. And if you're talking about the drama I'm thinking of, yeah, that got nuts. I mean, everywhere you went on YouTube, you were hearing about, I'm not going to say her name, but everybody knew who they were talking about. It's like, yeah, that was just weird. I'm staying away from that one.
We don't like drama.
No.
I mean, not just in this. We just are low drama people. I don't know. We don't feed off of that stuff. Life's too short.
Selena Martin. Hi. It's very hard to find, very hard to filter when you're going through stuff like that.
Yeah, it really is.
I don't know if you could pronounce that name because I feel like I'd slaughter it.
Rosalia. I love Rosalia.
No, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Oh, from Italy. I didn't even read the comment. I was trying to read the name. That's another place I'd like to go is Italy.
Yeah, we'd love
so
to
much
travel.
History and culture. Oh my gosh, I'd love to go. Okay.
And also, by the way, while I'm getting into this, the more you guys could share our videos with people that would actually enjoy it, would help us. It would help us grow a little bit more. Our goal is to be able to at least be able to invest in travel expenses and, food and lodging, so we can just come out and do things with you guys in different areas of the U.S. and outside of the U.S. and again, if we could do that full time,
Oh my gosh, that'd be sweet.
I mean, obviously, we would have to. It would take a while. But then again, with my big mouth saying 500 by the 15th, we hit 1,000 by the 15th. It could happen by next month. But, I mean, the more you guys share, the more it helps, and we truly do appreciate everything you guys are doing. What?
Do you want to play it from here?
Is this the spot?
It's pretty close.
Okay, so here's the big finale of what we experienced.
Wow. It's weird. So I'm just checking all the bushes and the trees and things.
Maybe they're just gone, babe. I mean, I'll go buy you some new ones. Do you want to just head out?
You could tell I'm just done.
Yeah.
I don't even want it.
Now, I know you couldn't hear him,
Which
but he said,
one was
go ahead
the-
and check out by the
which one was
trees.
the,
He's telling me to go check out by the trees before we go, just because that was where our point was, and we were all turned around anyway because it was dark, so we weren't sure what we were looking for, and then we were going to bug out.
freaking crap. Where do we find the Ouija board?
See, that was one of our censored comments. Freaky crap.
Freaking crap. I may Dr. Seuss it once in a while, because, you know, I got to come up with something.
I'm getting so confused on where the heck we even were.
ADD. Love ya. Somebody in the comments made a very eye-opening comment that it was interesting how somebody hid the Ouija board in
In
a
the
sage.
sagebrush.
That blew my head open. I was just like, holy crap.
Like, it was so obvious, but neither one of us thought of it. We're like, well, duh. Yeah, it was right in the middle of a sagebrush.
I mean, we use sage. We know how sage is beneficial for things. And yeah, neither of our minds.
Yeah.
So,
It didn't even occur to us.
again, we are reading the comments. We are trying to respond back to them as much as we can, but maybe that's where the membership thing would help, is so we can actually get to the comments differently. I don't know. But we would love to respond to everybody all the time. But
Oh, absolutely.
We're-
I tried that once, and what happened was, you know, I'd get down, it would be like 110 unreplied, so I'd get down to them and I'd refresh and it'd say 135 more, and I was like, oh, there's no way. Yeah.
Hey, Claire.
Claire,
Hi,
good to see you.
And somebody's going to have to borrow that freaky crap.
That freaky crap, yeah.
Laura wants to know, do we have kids? Yes, we do. We have 3. 1 full-time, 2 part-time. That's all I'll say about it. 17, 12, and 4. I was always thinking 3.
Yeah.
If you guys saw the episode of us in the hearse, when I said, hey, don't touch me there, that was from my 4-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's actually where Big Daddy came from, too. The term Big Daddy is because we had little brother, big sister, middle man, which is the middle child, marvelous mom, and then Big Daddy. So
It just kind of stuck.
yeah,
So.
I used to always call her Mama M, but then I started trying to call her Baby Bird, and she didn't care for that.
This is just weird.
So anyway, if you're wondering where Big Daddy came from,
That's where it came from.
came from the kids. So back to what we were showing you.
Oh, that looks like it's fresh. That's weird. There's nothing in it, though. No, that's too small. It was a bigger one than that. If I remember, I had like a little. I don't think it was this close. The glare from the snow is getting to me. No, it wasn't this close to a tree either. Look. Look at this. Was this the bush? I thought it was over there. Or was it over there? No, wait. I'm confused. No, they did not. No, they did not. Okay, look. No footsteps. I mean, I just walked here, and he just walked there. That's ours. There was no footsteps. There's no freaking footsteps, you guys. I'm freaking out. There were no footsteps.
Dun dun dun! Yeah. It still creeps me out to see that, because
they were sat there on purpose. You could tell they were just
yeah.
somebody put them there. And she immediately started looking around for footsteps.
And there weren't any.
There weren't any footsteps. So either one, they just floated there. Not likely. Two, they just fell out of my bag at that perfect moment and landed perfectly in the bush.
Unlikely.
Not likely. Three, it was somebody who was fairly light walking on the snow that night, and they didn't break through it. Possible, but even around those bushes, I was sinking in.
Yeah, that's true. There were some soft spots. But you kind of wonder, too, though, now that we're seeing those little feet. You know?
That's what I was getting at. Was if there is somebody small that resides out there, I have no idea what they would be or what you would call them or what, but they would be light enough to have walked on that, not left any footprints.
But what we saw chasing us was not little.
No, that's what's weird. As you go back to the footsteps outside of the gate, how they went from small footsteps to an animal. Then we have small footsteps inside the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find the flashlight somewhere where there's no footsteps at all.
And there should be.
See, there's something about that cemetery that it's kind of weird.
It is really bizarre.
But
It's really bizarre.
Why would they take my flashlights and put them there? You know, were they expecting we were going to come back and look for them? Were they just trying to hide them to come back and get them later? Were they like kids and they get their new little toys and they put them?
They stash them somewhere. We have questions.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions about that. You saw the look of confusion on Marianne's face when she saw them. Here, let me zoom.
That's not that one.
Right there. You could tell she was
yeah,
confused.
that really kind of shocked me, because it doesn't make any sense. That's the thing. It just doesn't. I would have expected them to be laying in the snow somewhere, or along. I mean, even if they had fallen out, like you said, in the bush, they wouldn't be laid up perfectly like that. They would have just,
Oh, and I'd be curious of how they even fell in the bush in the first place, because it's not like a walk through the bushes.
All right, your backpack was behind you.
Mm-hmm.
We got nothing. Like, this is all. I'm sorry. You know as much as we do, really.
But again, I mean, let's go back and let's look at all the facts that we know from our two experiences there. Randonautica gave us a location inside of there, and the location was actually closer to the trees, not where we found the board, but it's not always exact. I get that. We got creeped out right before we found the board. We did find the board and picked it up and started looking at it when something kind of creeped me out, and I was like, yeah, we better get going. And then we started to leave, and then Marianne spotted something coming after us, I guess is the best way to put it. I mean, I just got a glimpse of, I don't even fully realize what I saw. I just glimpsed back because I was too busy. By the time I realized what happened, she was already 20 feet in front of me.
I was out.
So I knew that
Keep
it was
up.
time for me to hurry up and catch up. Until she went down, and that's when she dropped the light popped off the camera and everything.
Yeah.
But so anyway, we had those experiences. We go back, we see the footsteps, and then all of a sudden they turn into animal steps. We see more child footsteps inside the cemetery wandering around. I'm saying child because
They were
child
just-
size
yeah.
footprints. And then we find the flashlights in a bush with no footsteps around it. That's a lot of weird things happening within a 2-day period. A lot of weird things. And we didn't even know about the cemetery until we actually went home and looked it up and everything. It's an old cemetery.
Way old.
And I was even commenting because the fencing around it seems to be new. And I think I commented at one point that maybe it was to keep the animals out so they're not in there trampling the headstones. And when we went back during the day and saw the footprints and saw the little patties left everywhere, kind of reinforces maybe that's what that gating was put up for, is just to keep the animals out. I don't know. I mean, you guys let me know what you think about that, but we thought it was really, really weird.
Yeah.
And so, what were you going to say?
No, that was it.
And so after we found him, we decided we were just
We were
gonna
done.
we were gonna nope out of there.
And and he still wasn't feeling good. We wanted to get him back to the car, see if it would. His symptoms. I was curious if the further away we got, his symptoms would, start going away. And I think in some ways they did, and in some ways they stuck for a little while.
It turned into a headache.
It turned into a headache.
The headache lasted for about a full day. So it was bad. It's not normal. I don't know what you say here, but let's see. Nothing.
Believe it or not now, because this is hella creepy and it's kind of windy. So we're gonna get Big Daddy out of here and get him feeling better. I will keep you posted. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this one, guys. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to think. We're going to get out of here. Love you.
Are those birds above your head?
Oh my gosh, I think there's birds. Yeah. I didn't even notice that.
Your halo is way, 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 way up in the sky.
How'd you notice that?
No.
Y'all, thanks for being with us. Be safe. I'm so glad we didn't drive on this.
She was glad we didn't drive. I'm going to try to catch up on some of these comments real quick. Let's see. Oh, wow, you guys got a lot of things to say here.
Chubb playing hide and seek with them.
I love that video. What was at the end that made y'all run? I don't know what it was. She glimpsed back.
I swore I saw people, 2 of them. Like, well, at first I saw just the one. It just looked like, I mean, it was dark. They had no lights. So from what I saw, it looked like just some dude chasing after us. And I didn't stop to really think much else other than getting the crap out of there. So I didn't really, stay around to talk.
But one thing we did fail to mention, though, is when she was tracing the steps of where we took off running, there were no additional feet following. So it was just our footprints.
Which is why when I got in the car, too, well, that's not why, but I kind of, when you go through that shock process and you're like, what the heck did I just, was that a real person? Because you're trying to make sense of what's happening when you're out there with no vehicle. Like, you see this. There was no vehicle. You could see if there was one. They didn't have any lights, and so it just, things were not adding up to me. So that's why I kept asking, was that a real person? Was that a real person? Honestly, I have no idea what it was. I know what I think it was. What it looked like to me was a person chasing us.
Let's see. Somebody says, to be fair, it was pitch black and freezing cold. Don't worry about linking the sage. Claire said, good to see you, beautiful peeps. Vicky said, you're flashlighty. The names are too adorable. My two are 34 and 29 with 3 grandbabies.
Aw.
Let's see. I'm just trying to catch up. Selena, Martin, if y'all need help with anything, just holler. I'll be more than happy to help out. Thank you. We really appreciate that. We're very humble, so sometimes it's hard for us to ask for things because we know we should do it ourselves, but sometimes we know that we take on too much.
That's a direct thing for me. I can tell. You know, I do. I do. I absolutely take on so much, and then I go, oh my gosh, it's heavy.
Exploring with BCLET jog. The child playing hide and seek with them. So maybe the child was playing hide and seek with the flashlights.
You have a photograph of a child holding one of your flashlights. So honestly, that's very possible. I mean, there were quite a few kids buried in that cemetery too.
There was a lot of them. Yeah.
So I mean, that's absolutely possible.
Oh, Sharon corrected us. Footprints, not steps, guys. Maybe a drone dropped.
Oh, in that little section by the rocks, maybe? Is that because I was looking up and I couldn't figure out what made those indentations?
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Wasn't our drone, though.
Uh-uh.
Ours didn't even leave the bag.
No, it didn't.
Shapeshifter. I love you guys. Somebody said, have you heard of the Indian term shift changer, maybe? Yeah. I mean, we're familiar with Skinwalker Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of rumors about them around that. Of course, we've never been able to go there, but wouldn't that be cool? If you guys don't know what Skinwalker Ranch is, look it up.
Yeah, we're working on
We'd love to get
that
there.
area.
Laura, I love you guys. We love you too, Laura. Yeah, Tina Pepito, get out. Are those your flashlights? Yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
One of the things about my flashlights I did from the old paranormal days is I would take the tops off and I'd interchange the tops so they'd look unique, so they didn't get mixed up with other people's flashlights.
Yeah, we lost a lot of flashlights that way.
And so, yeah, they were definitely our
Mhm.
flashlights, all 3 of them. So that was crazy. Let's see. They were wanting to play the flashlight game that y'all played with them before. We didn't do the flashlight session at that cemetery, but maybe their spirits aren't from that cemetery. Because remember, we did it at the other cemetery
Mm-hmm.
on the other end. Maybe you're right. Maybe we should go back sometime and do a flashlight session now that we got our flashlights back.
Right?
We might do that.
That's actually not a bad idea.
If you guys would like to see us go back and do a flashlight session out there, let us know. We'll do it. We're not scared.
They knew you'd come back.
Let's see. Peggy said, that's crazy. Definitely someone put them there and it was whatever was out there with you. I think that's why you didn't feel good.
It's very possible. I mean, again, I've never seen, he doesn't get sick very often, like hardly ever.
Mm-mm.
And when he does, it's kind of usually a slow, like, you know, you just kind of slowly go downhill. We were fine the entire way.
Mm-hmm.
And the closer we got to the hill right before the fence line, it was just like, man down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was really worried because I'd never seen him. I was hoping he would walk back to the car on his own, really, because it got bad.
Yeah. So hey, I got stressed out. This is from Daniel Pollen. Said, so hey, I got stressed out when you were running off. Did you ever go back to stake out the place? Maybe get a glimpse of the two who chased after you guys? No.
Not that night.
When we got in the car and we drove out of there, we got the hell out of there.
We were out.
We did stop at one point because I wanted to check my backpack for everything else, and even people were seeing things on the footage when we stopped and I was checking the backpack. But no, we didn't go back that night. It might be interesting to do a Stalk the Stalker episode out there, though, because as you can see, dirt roads, not a lot of traffic. If we went out there and just turned on the Randonautica app and left it running for a while, I wonder if somebody would try to show up.
I don't know.
That would be interesting. Definitely worth a try, right? Hi, Angie.
Hey!
Yes, we found our flashlights. In a weird place. You'll have to go back and watch it to understand everything, but we have everything from weird footsteps to no footsteps. So it'll make sense to you. Selena would love to see a flashlight session. Would be very interesting to see results. Absolutely.
And hopefully someplace warmer.
That was scary for us. Can't imagine what it was like for you two.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
I would probably say that I was more freaked out because I just started to walk and all of a sudden I realized she was 20 feet in front of me. That doesn't usually happen. Usually it's just sticking close to me. I mean, even, for example, we were filming last night and it was getting really creepy. She was like, I'm going to walk right beside you. I was like, okay. You know, see her 20 feet in front of me, and I didn't even realize what was going on. That freaked me out more than anything because I don't usually see her react that way.
Mm-mm.
Then she took that bad spill.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But it was weird. But we went back out, got our flashlights, got more questions.
Lots more questions.
Curious a lot more about things. I also want to let you guys know that thank you. A couple of people have actually sent us letters and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Through the PO box that we got because a couple of people asked to mail us something, so we got a PO box, and I think it's down in the description, right?
Yeah, it should. Oh yeah. I wonder if it's stuck there.
Well, we'll have to figure it out. But
It'll be in this one.
Yeah, but we're gonna. There's only like 3 or 4 things, but we want to open them up on the live stream, so you guys can kind of see what we're getting. Hopefully, there's not arsenic in any of them, or anything weird.
Don't give them ideas.
Edit, cut, splice, remove. I didn't say that.
Oh,
Okay.
I love you.
Feathers. Send us feathers. Orange feathers. Red-tailed hawk.
We did find some out there.
That's
Yeah.
what that would look like.
Yeah, we did find some out there. That was pretty cool.
Somebody, Selena said, oh man, yes, indeed, a Stalk the Stalker would be totally interesting. More guts than me, girl. You can run.
I was feeling it the next day, let me tell you, but I was planning on living that night, so I didn't care.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe we'll be making a few extra trips out there for a few different things. We did we? Oh, that was in last night's video, huh? Should we give some insight as to what our next goal is, or should we just let them watch the video?
Maybe.
We are talking about the cemetery.
Well, we are.
This is a live stream.
Well, that's true.
So live streams usually don't go as far.
Well, go ahead then.
Go ahead then.
Yeah.
Okay. So we did the 500 sub challenge, and that was to do at 3 a.m. at the mill. So we decided to do a 3,000 sub challenge by the end of the month. And if we achieve 3,000 subs by the end of the month, we're going to do an overnighter at the cemetery.
Dun, dun, dun!
Which will be creepy because...
I'm kind of on the fence if I like that idea or not, but I'll do it. I mean, like, I'll be my word, but...
It would be a good time to do the flashlight session.
That's true.
And the necrophonics.
But remember how we had that truck, like, camped out there for whoever knows how long?
Well, we got to make it exciting.
Well, yes, we do. And it will be.
Just got to make sure there's no snakes.
True. No snakes.
What did Mindy? I don't think you should change a thing. I love you guys because you're true to each other and real. So thoughtful of each other and also you both are funny together. Please don't change. Please don't change. Keep loving the adventure. Don't get caught up in the numbers and the merch and members only stuff. It takes away from so many I have watched from the beginning.
That's good to know. Really, that's good feedback, Mindy. Thank you.
A giant flashlight, I hope. Well, I could use a headlight. Actually, I do have that big light downstairs.
Yeah, the big
Canon one.
Mm-hmm.
I have to buy a battery for it.
Yeah, that's true.
So, thank you guys. Well, we really appreciate it. Like I said, we wanted to kind of go through this footage and show you a lot of the stuff that happened. It's just audio is really, really hard to try to do anything with.
So indeed.
And to kind of explain it to you. So for those of you that do want us to put it up with audio the way it is, I tell you what, I'll render the footage and I'll upload it to our family vlog channel. That way you guys can go there and watch it there. The only reason why I'm thinking of doing that is because if new visitors come to our current channel and that's the first video they see,
good point.
then they may not be as inclined to
Continue watching.
Watch the rest of our videos thinking that that's how they all are. So
good point.
If you like, I'll render this, I'll upload it to our family vlog channel, and then you can go there and watch it over there. And that way it's the best of both worlds. We're not hurting ourselves with viewers and stuff coming in. So it would be cool. Wahoo, deal with Mindy. Your interaction with the viewers is awesome. Love you guys.
You guys are amazing, really.
Stay true to yourselves and you'll be fine. ADD moment. I should have a shirt that just says ADHD on it.
I think I'm the ADHD.
Or
You're
a
just
tattoo on the
ADD.
forehead. I can add.
Can you now?
I know my alphabet too.
I'll get you some ice cream later.
See what I did there? Wow, where was I going with that?
I have no idea.
Oh crap. I totally lost my thought process on that. Well, if it comes back, I'll let you guys know. It was there a minute ago, but oh yeah. We find more love from you guys in YouTube and more interaction, more constructive criticism, more advice, more support than we do with people locally. And that really confuses us. Our Facebook page, our Instagram page, we haven't shared with anybody local or that knows us personal from around here. We haven't really shared that we're even doing a YouTube channel, and most of them have no clue. And the reason why is because we've done other projects in the past, and they would say, "Oh yeah, that's wonderful," and then
they're
you know. So what we would love to have happen is we'd love to get to a point where they find us on a YouTube search, or they find us on one of their browse features, you know, and then let them see us for who we are from here instead of us telling them, "Oh yeah, we do a YouTube channel," and yep, stays right where it's at. We really do appreciate you guys. We love you guys
immensely.
Your mindset of supporting us is very humbling, and we got people all the way from Texas to the UK to
The Caribbean.
the Caribbean. I mean, we were looking at the
Belgium.
analytics of where all you guys are coming in from. Holy crap. We love it. We love you guys.
Yeah.
You're the reason why we're pushing so hard to get some more of these videos together and get them out and bringing more to you. If there are specific things you would like to see us do, places you'd like to see us go, things you think other people would enjoy as well and maybe help draw some more people into our channel, give us your advice. Give us your
Totally.
feedback, because we will take it. And we will apply it to the best of our ability. So we love you guys very much. We appreciate it. I don't know if there's anything else you have to say.
Were you gonna do the closeout or just render that one?
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the closeout part. Didn't we get back in the car for it?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So this is our intended closeout. Ignore how I look, because
He was not feeling well.
I always look like that.
No, whatever.
We got some snacks in Big Daddy. He's still not feeling too good, but we're gonna head home and get him something more substantial to eat, and hopefully we can get him back on his feet further out and go from this place, because it didn't seem to hit when we got here. So, and you were not doing good. So, thank you guys. We love you. Also to Misty. Also thank you to Misty Brown and Mal Mitch for the super chats and the support. We super appreciate it. We are starting memberships up probably when you see this video.
Sorry, not yet.
They just approved it for us, so we're going to do that. And so if you would like to participate in that, we'll learn as we go, because we don't know anything about those. And don't forget our merch line with Tina Pepito's new designs. They are super epic. I can't wait till ours come. And let's get out of here.
Okay, well, that was it.
And that's a wrap, folks.
That's a wrap. Again, we love you guys. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for doing what you do for us. Again, if we hit 3,000 subs by the end of the month, we'll do an overnight at that cemetery. And if you guys double it, we'll do a 24-hour at the cemetery.
Okay, I guess that's what we're doing.
That would be 6,000 subs.
I would freaking explode. Like well, that's insane. I mean, like, it could happen, but that's insane.
I didn't think we were going to hit 500 and we hit 1,000.
That's true.
So if we're
That was
shooting
insane back then too.
So if we're shooting for 3,000 and we hit 6,000, what if we end up at 12,000? Okay, now I'm just getting greedy. Either way, guys, we love you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you.
You're
for
incredible.
Us. And hang tight for our next video, because you'll see us doing our 3 a.m. challenge at the old mill.
No.
And I gotta tell you, there were some things that were creepy. We had to use a body cam most of the time because we had to keep the lights off so we didn't get spotted. But
And I'll tell you, I had my knife out the entire way there and the entire way back because of some of the stuff we were hearing.
she's not lying.
Oh, yeah.
It was sketchy. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.